I thought we could start by talking a little bit about the mission of the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and how it's evolved over the last 25 years.
Right. Well, the mission itself hasn't changed. What we believe that are the priorities within the mission has changed and evolved over time, I think would be a better word. But the mission is to promote and support economic development opportunities domestically and internationally for our Hispanic businesses. But our mission is also about hooking up those Hispanic businesses with non-Hispanic entities. So, in the beginning, it actually started as a very small group of visionaries within the community 25 years ago, back in 1984, when our population looked a lot different than it does today. And they had the vision of providing support to small business owners and actually facilitating that business growth. And over the years, as we've gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, the way to further that mission has evolved. So, for example, while in the past we've been known as the Hispanic Market because of our large numbers, we're now evolving into an entity that is very much a provider, a vendor, if you will, of services with other companies within the area and in the state and nationally as well. So now we are clearly an economic development leader for our Hispanic population.
So it's not just one Hispanic business doing business with another Hispanic business. It's more of a much larger outreach.
Correct. It's Hispanic business to Hispanic business. It's Hispanic business to outside of the Hispanic business community. It's also business to corporation. And it's also business to international opportunities because we do have both the domestic and an international programming. Specifically on the international side, we have done trade missions, business match sessions. We've been involved in exclusive international events like the APEC CEO Summit that was in Lima, Peru in 2008. And that was by invitation only, and we were actually the only Hispanic chamber in the United States to be invited and attend. So there are many opportunities for our Hispanic-owned businesses and our non-Hispanic entities to provide them with some value for their membership.
How big is the Hispanic market in Georgia, would you say, right now?
Well, we can measure it a few ways. Population-wise, we're at about 800,000 now in the state, with a projection of 1 million by 2013. We can also measure that through consumer impact. We've gone from 1.3 billion in 1990 to 15 billion in 2008. We can also measure that through Hispanic-owned businesses because they provide quite a bit of revenue generation for the state. And as of 2002, that's the latest statistics we have to go from the SBA. But as of 2002, we had over 18,000 Hispanic-owned businesses. And so, once again, they generate in the tens of billions of dollars, bringing in that revenue to the state. And because our projection is both for the population growth and the consumer base to increase, then we know that clearly the Hispanic market and influence in the economy is just going to grow.
And I noticed that you do attract a lot of attention from large corporations such as Coca-Cola, UPS. I guess they see the value of the market. And
that's correct. And increasingly, like I stated earlier, we're trying to move beyond just being the Hispanic market and being actual vendors. So for the first time, we're enhancing our relationships with the corporations. Some we've had long relationships on both the vendor side and the Hispanic market side, but we're making sure that we even that out across the board to provide more economic development opportunities for our members.
Do you have any examples of Hispanic companies in Georgia that are serving as vendors to some of the large corporations? Are there any?
Yes, there are. Interprint Communication has provided services to a number of corporations. I know Coca-Cola is definitely one of those. Willis Mechanical has also provided services to corporations. The Latin Box, also another member, has provided services to our corporations. And the list goes on and on. Like I said, we've worked on enhancing these relationships to create more opportunities, or at least the message of further opportunities within the corporations and also with the government entities. So for example, for the first time, we've developed a relationship with the CDC, and that has enhanced opportunities for our membership. And I know specifically of one company who's going to be providing a presentation to the CDC next week. So,
So it's not just mom and pop businesses anymore. We're talking about larger companies.
That's right.
Even mid-sized.
That's right, right. We have a full range of companies within our membership base. And, the focus, because the majority of our membership are Hispanic-owned small businesses, we're really working on developing so that those small businesses who have the ability and the certifications and the credentials to move beyond the small business revenue base, we're providing them with those opportunities to do so.
What do you see as the next 25 years, the future issues, or where would you like to see the organization 25 years from now?
Well, we're at about 1,300 members right now. So definitely before 25 years, we'd like to double our membership base. It's very viable as we have a number, like I said, 18,000 at minimum Hispanic-owned businesses within the state. We'd also like to be a regional, and we're becoming an increasingly regional organization. We are the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. However, we've been involved in regional and national events that we believe that there's a great opportunity to expand our services. And we just like to continue to provide excellence with all of the services and the programming we do provide. The Latin America piece, I believe, is one that's been accelerating, and as we see more markets opening in Latin America, it provides more opportunities for us. In the past, we had done trade missions with the Georgia Department of Economic Development. We are continuing to do that, but there's also other opportunities outside of the countries in which the Georgia Department of Economic Development is involved with.